Hi guys, welcome to another beer review. Today we're going over to Belgium to the Brasserie de Chouffe. I think that's how it's pronounced. And this is the La Chouffe, which is a blonde beer. So yeah, English it says strong beer, so I guess it's a strong Belgian ale, Belgian strong ale, that sort of thing, pale one. I've had the Chouffe, which I think was a dark one, or it might have been a Scotch ale, I'm not too sure. But yeah, this is a fairly well established. Well, it's not fairly well established. It is a well established one, and yeah, if you're into craft beer and beers of the world, chances are you've come across a bottle of this, and you've probably sunk down a few bottles of it because it is really quite easy to get hold of and really quite affordable as well. It's one of the bigger ones I find anyway, and yeah, it gives you a taste of what that country has to offer. And from what I've seen, these guys produce a whole range of interesting and high quality beers. So yeah, great little artwork there as always in this lovely stumpy little bottle. And that is the crown, so both label and crown are keepers for damn sure. And yeah, Belgian beers. I've got a nice little playlist going on for Belgian beers, so I'll put the link down below to that so you can check it out for yourself. Don't know what to really expect with this one. It's because it's one of those ones where I spill it all over the sink, but yeah, using the dreaded girly glass of doom for this one. But yeah, it's one that I've probably watched loads of people over the few years that I've been doing BeerTube review this one, and obviously through discussions from people here on YouTube and Facebook, that sort of stuff. They've always got, you know, really good things to say about this beer specifically, but I've never tried it before. And yeah, it's one of those ones that is really quite easy to get hold of here in Germany. Most of the websites have it, Barrett has it, and even some of the supermarkets that are getting into craft beer seem to stock this one in stuff like Duvel, that sort of thing. But beer in a glass, and that is a lovely hazy golden colour. It's almost like an unfiltered lager. But yeah, nice slight orangey tones, a little bit of sunset in there maybe. But lovely, lovely looking beer. Nice carbonation streaming up to that. Well, it's always in this glass, about 2 fingers worth of a nice white foamy fluffy head. And yeah, it looks damn good. I should say that this beer is 8%, so it's probably going to be either... Well, let's just get into it, give it a sniff. Yeah, definitely get that yeasty note. Big, like, lager tone in there as well, but not like a cheap lager. It's coming from that lovely malt base in there. You don't get any of that alcohol on the aroma. A little bit of sweetness, a little bit of citrusiness as well. A little bit of spiciness, cracked pepper, coriander, that sort of stuff. It's got a real sense of musk about it as well. Like a dampness. But yeah, it's a really nice, robust smelling beer. Not in your face, but it's not a really subtle one either. So, looks good, smells good. Let's see if it tastes good. Cheers. It's really carbonated. You just get this like wave of carbonation furiously attacking your tongue. And I say that because I wasn't expecting it to be that carbonated, but I've had beers that have been completely overly carbonated, and this isn't one of those ones. It's aggressive, but you take that hit, you let it, your palate adjust to it, and then that second mouthful, a little bit more prickly, but it's not as aggressive feeling. Definitely get a wheaty flavour in there. That yeast comes through well, that lovely distinct Belgian yeast. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of really wheaty tasting or yeasty tasting beers. But this is really, really nice. You get a slight candied sugar sweetness there as well. You get those lovely spicy peppery notes as well on there. And it starts off, you're not really picking up that alcohol, but you do get a warmth as it goes down. But aside from that, it's not drinking like an 8% beer at all. So once I've mixed all that in the bottle, let's see if it changes what the beer looks like. I'm not firing on all cylinders in this review, I do apologise, but when am I ever? Anyway, that's just reinforced that head, adds a little bit more body to the head as well. But yeah, colour hasn't really changed. I'm not seeing any part, well yeah, I'm seeing a few pieces of sediment in there and then some nice particulates. But yeah, nothing too much, nothing too insane. And yeah, the colour hasn't really changed. It's a mess for video already. Let's go for another taste. It's just amped up a bit now that you've got it all in the glass. Lovely citrusy notes. I was reminds me of like a sherbet, but not really like sour or anything like that. It's just a lovely gentleness. Yeah, it's a fairly standard beer by all respects. Very solid. It's tasty. It doesn't drink like an 8% beer, but you feel that it is on the back end. It's not going to blow you away. And I think for the price point and its availability, this is a great gateway into Belgian beers of this style and this type and this ilk. You know, you pick up a bottle of this, you pick up a bottle of maybe Chimay Blue and maybe a Duvel. You've got yourself a lovely little starter kit there for Belgian beer. Yeah, I really can't fault it too much, but it's not really that exciting. It's very, you know, solid, beautifully crafted. And I think, from what I remember, the Chouffe just had a little bit more character to it, because obviously it's a different style. I think that's a dark Belgian strong ale. But this, yeah, I can't fault it too much. It's like a really nice yeasty, wheaty lager. That's what it feels like to me. So it's got a real sense of familiarity to it if you're not really into these sorts of beers. And there's nothing in there that's going to, you know, make you... I don't know what I'm talking about here right now. It's accessible. Let's leave it at that. So in terms of a rating, I'm going to give Le Chouffe 7 out of 10. Is it one that I'd pick up again? Yeah, if I wanted a little bit of a buzz for a good price, that isn't just like a lager or a Doppelbock here in Germany, and I want something a little bit different with a little bit of a different flavour profile, then yeah, I'd happily pick this up. I think this was... God, when did I buy this? Can't remember. I think it was about $1.99 in euros, so that's about 170 something in pounds, which, you know, for a good beer, you can't really fault it. So yeah, 7 out of 10, very solid, and it's a brewery that I'm interested in trying more of their beers. So if you have tried this one, as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions. This review's been a bit of a mess, but I'm not reshooting it. I'm not even going to edit it. I'm just going to upload it like this. Check out my Belgian beer playlist down below. Check out the brewery. Of course, if any of my friends have reviewed this one, their reviews are going to be down there as well. This is one that you'll find loads of reviews on YouTube, I'd imagine. And I think, for the most part, the scores on the usual websites have given this a pretty good one. So it's, from what I gather, a highly regarded beer, and I could definitely see why. But there are much more flavourful and exciting beers of this style out there. But if you're getting into this sort of stuff, or you just want a very solid drinking experience, then give this one a go. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you later. Cheers.